Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I hope that everybody is fine. Dear students, as we have taken the classes previously, but you people could not understand the things which I shared with you. So I am sharing the things here again for your concern and to make you learn about the things which are very important. And these things are actually related with the lecture of the course uh, reading and writing skills, and the code of this course is EG422. So as we started in the previous lecture and we discussed about language, but many students could not understand that what I have taught to you. So that's why I am again explaining the things which are concerned. First, before going to reading and writing skills, we must know that how many skills are there in language. There are 4 skills, that is listening, speaking, reading and writing. So we have to go for the reading and writing skills only. We are not concerned with the listening and speaking skills. Before going to those skills, we must know what is language. Different people have different definitions for the language. Many definitions of language have been proposed, but I will share a definition of very famous phonetician whose name is Henry Sweet. He is an English phonetician and language scholar. He stated for the definition, he stated that language is the expression of ideas by means of speech sounds combined into words. Words are combined into sentences. This combination answering to that of ideas into thoughts. This is a definition which is shared by Henry Sweet. Different systems of communication constitute different languages. First, we know that what is communication. Communication is a process of exchanging ideas from one person to another person. We use different sort of communication. There are major 2 types of communication. One is verbal communication, other is non-verbal communication. Many times in our daily routine that we give gestures to convey our message, to convey our ideas, and there are many people who cannot speak, so they use gestures to communicate with each other. So we cannot ignore that the communication is the only process of conveying the message from one person or to another person through vocal cords. No, communication is the way of transferring or conveying the ideas from one person to another person through the means of different things. Sometimes we use gestures, sometimes we use vocal cords, so both are very important. So the degree of difference needed to establish a different language cannot be stated exactly. No 2 people speak exactly alike, hence one is able to recognize the voices of friends over the telephone and to keep distant a number of unseen speakers in the radio broadcast. When we speak with our friends through voice, we do understand who is speaking to me. So this is also important, that we know the voice, we know the language, and then we recognize the people that who is communicating with us. Typically people acquire a single language initially. This is fact that when a person when he is born in a family, then he may acquire the same language which the family may acquire. Like if I belong to Sindhi family, that I do my native language is Sindhi. When I was born, obviously my parents used to speak Sindhi, so that's why I learned Sindhi. So initially a person learns single language, that is the initial language, that is native language, that is mother tongue. But later on, when he grows up in the environment, he learns more languages. Like if I say that I know English, I know Urdu, I know Sindhi, and moreover, so the people who speak single language, they are known as monolinguistics. Mono means single, and people who do speak two languages, they are known as bilinguistics, and people who do speak more than two or many languages, they are called as multilinguistics. These terms are important: monolinguist, bilinguist, and multilinguist. Okay, their first language, as I told, that when a person was born in a family, then he acquires the native language initially. Their first language or native language used by those by whom they are brought up, as I have already discussed about these things. So monolinguistics, bilinguistics, and multilinguistics, these are the different people who do speak the languages. Now come to the 4 basic language skills. What are the 4 basic language skills? Number 1, listening. Number 2, speaking. Number 3, reading. And number 4, writing. I have already told that there are 4 basic language skills, and their sequence is LSRW. LSRW: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Actually, they are overlapping to each other. Without one skill, the other cannot be carried out. So this is the fact that without listening we cannot speak, without reading we cannot write. So these 4 languages, they are having a cycle which has been shown in this slide. You can see that all these 4 languages are used in the slide: listening, speaking, reading, writing. So they are given in slide number 4. You can see, I will share the PPT with you people as well. Okay, type of language skills. Now see, there are 2 types of language skills. 4 language skills are there, but types are 2. One is receptive or input, other is productive or output. Listen, that in 4 language skills, some are receptive, we receive the things through those skills, and some are productive, means that we produce something by the usage of those skills. So there are 2 types of skills: receptive or input skills. So we can say reading and listening, they are known as receptive. When we read, we receive something. When we listen, we receive something. We do not produce here, we do receive only. When we read, we learn something, we know something, we get knowledge. So this is receptive skill. Reading is the type of receptive skill. Listening is the same. Listening is also the type of receptive skill. When we listen something, means we learn something, we get knowledge of something. In this way, these 2 skills, reading and listening, they are called as receptive or input skills. We take input by these skills. Other 2 are productive or output skills. In slide number 5, picture has been shared with you that productive or output skills, they are 2: writing and speaking. When we write something, it means we are producing something. When we speak something, again we are producing something. So these 2 are known as productive skills. Which one are receptive? One is listening and reading. And which are productive are writing and speaking. So keep these terms in your mind. They would be the part of your paper, like in form of MCQs or whatever the paper would be there. Okay, now let's discuss about listening skill. What is listening skill? Listening comprehension is the receptive skill. Listening means to understand what we hear. Yes, listening is not only the hearing. When we hear something and we understand it, it means we are listening. Sometimes we hear many things but we do not understand, so we do not listen actually. So when we hear something and we understand that message, we understand that idea, it means we are listening. Okay, there are two types of listening again. One is interactive, where we chance to speak, we have chance to speak. Other is non-interactive, means we do not have chance to speak over there. How? Like when if we are talking about interactive, when we receive the calls, we can give the answer. When we discuss some topics with someone, again we can exchange the ideas and we can make the face-to-face conversation. So this is interactive skill. We do use we are interacting with each other. Okay, non-interactive, there are many places where we cannot reply, so they are known as non-interactive. Like when we watch TV or we listen sermons, we cannot reply them, we just listen them. Okay, so now come to the importance of listening. Listening has a wide importance in language, like it improves speaking and pronunciation. Obviously, when we listen something, we try to understand that pronunciation, so it improves our speaking and pronunciation as well. It develops interpersonal skills. Obviously, when we listen and understand the things, so it develops our interpersonal skills. It is also receptive skill that needs active participation. When we receive, it means we are participating, so it has a wide importance. Now second skill is speaking. What is speaking skill? Speaking is the productive skill. There are three kinds of speaking. Interactive, where we discuss the things, we exchange the dialogues. Partially interactive means when we deliver the lectures. So here partially interactive, like sometimes students or people to whom we are delivering the lecture, they participate, sometimes they only listen, so that's why it is known as partially interactive. Non-interactive, like sermons and speeches. Now importance of speaking. Most obvious skill and most interactive skill. Obviously, speaking is the most interactive skill. It develops understanding through communication and develops interpersonal skills or team working as well, and it is used in assessment as well. We do assess the people by speaking, that what are they talking about. Third skill is reading skill. Reading is a receptive skill in the written mood. Reading is a receptive skill in the written mode, and it can develop independently of listening and speaking skills. Reading can help build vocabulary that help listening comprehension. When we read the things, we try to understand, so it means we are increasing the treasure of our vocabulary. We do understand the things, we learn many new words by reading, and then we can use them in our speaking skill as well. So reading has also very wide importance. How? There are some points which are discussed here. One is informs writing and writing style. When reading is good, we can make very good writing style, and we can inform through writing when we read the things properly. It develops knowledge of language and structure. Obviously, when we read properly, we can understand the structure of language and structures of the sentences as well. So reading develops vocabulary, specific vocabs for subject. When we are concerned with particular subject, then we try to understand the terminology of that subject. So this is also a big advantage of reading. Register and purpose. Through reading we do register ourselves for a particular purpose. So again, reading has very good importance. The last skill is writing skill. Writing skill is the productive skill in the written mode. It too is more complicated, seems to the hardest of the skills. Yes, some people think that writing is the hardest skill, but I don't think so. If your reading is very good, you can write very good, because when you learn the words, when you try to understand the structure of the sentences, then you can write in a very good style. So this is not the hardest one. Depends upon you people, how do you take it. Writing skill involves not just a graphic representation of speech, but the development and presentation of thoughts in a structured way. Yes, there are different ways of writing. Sometimes through graphs we do write, sometimes through presentations we do write in slides. As I have prepared the slides for you people, so I have written many things here. So these are the different sources of writing, and through these sources we can convey our message in a good manner. Writing is good. Good writing conveys a meaningful message. Obviously, when writing is good, we can convey meaningful and useful messages to whom we are sending the messages. Free writing versus process writing. They are the different types of writing. Free of collecting ideas and process for polishing writing pieces. Writing has again very good importance. The main method of assessment. Writing is the main method of assessment. When we write something, we do express ourselves, and when the assessment can be carried out, means that the examiner may know about our ideas through writing. What do we want to say? We convey our messages through writing to the examiner in a well manner when our writing style is very good. Various formats, styles, functions depending on subject area. Obviously, I told you that writing has very different styles. Through many styles we can convey our message through writing. It is very essential skill for exams. Without writing you cannot pass your exams. Like speaking is also important in exams, but you cannot convey your message. You cannot appear in the examination through speaking only, but through writing we can convey our ideas regarding that paper which is given to us to attempt. So obviously errors more obvious when we write something. The errors are obvious over there. So when our writing is very good, then it may give the error free message to the reader. So these are the 4 skills I have discussed in detail. That what are they? Now I have discussed about language, about communication, about terminology, about 4 skills: receptive skills, productive skills, and their description, their importance, everything. So if we conclude this lecture, all 4 skills support each other since they are interconnected, therefore cannot be taught independently. Listening and reading both rely on input from an outside source and acquire knowledge of the language, background knowledge, and comprehension skills. This thing I have already discussed in detail. The productive skills of writing and speaking are more complex as they are necessitated taking knowledge of language a step further to actually produce new language. So I have already discussed about these 4 skills in detail. Now if you have any question, you can ask me. I am going to share this lecture with you in your group, and I will also share the PPT with you people, as you can understand the things properly. Thank you very much, dear.